creating a line chart in Google Sheets is really easy to do. There's a few pitfalls you might run into, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this and some of the features once you get your line chart created, how to customize it a little bit. So the easiest way to create the line chart is you select your data. I'm not even going to select all the data. I'm just going to select one cell. And I come up here to Insert, come down to Chart, and select it. Now, Google Sheets, notice it came up with some data on its own. Now, it looks a little funny. It looks like it brought in 4 series for me, the yellow and the green here. If I look at those, I may not know exactly what those are, but Google Sheets opened up the chart editor over here. There's 2 tabs, the Data tab and the Customize tab. The Data tab is all about your data. So if your chart is not showing what you want it to show, it's probably an issue in your data. So so I have this yellow and this green bar. I don't really know what they are. If I come over here to my data, I have the x-axis and then the series. So the x-axis is going to be, hey, what's along this x-axis? So if I'm not sure what that is, I can click on these 3 little buttons over here, hit Edit. I'll get a new window. What data? When I select that data, it says B2 through B16. So B2 through B16, that's evidently my dates. So my dates are all along this bottom axis right here. Those are considered my x-axis. Then the y-axis will be created automatically based on your data set. So I'm good with those dates. That's what I want right there, so I'm not going to mess with that. Next one, it's actually created 2 data series for me, lemonade and snow cone, which these represent the lemonade column down here and the snow cone column. So it's telling me how much I made on each day of the week, which is great. That's what I want it to do. Now, the last 2 data sets, so I2 through I16, all I have to do is look right there. It tells me what my data set is. I come over here to I2 through I16. So here's I2 right here, and it goes all the way down to I16, which is down here. But basically what it's doing is it's giving me these totals or these kind of summary results, which I don't really want. So I can come over to my 3 dots, hit remove. Okay, and then this series I'm going to remove as well. It's doing the same thing except with the snow cone summarized data. And then my chart changes. Now it's the same data, but because my data fits an axis that is smaller, so you notice my y-axis is now, it used to be like $80 up here. Now it's $10 at the max. It changes automatically. Now, this is a pretty good chart. Google did this pretty much all on its own, and I didn't really have to mess with it that much. Now, let's say you have an existing chart and you need to add to it. I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do. So, or if you're creating the chart from scratch. So let's say I select these cells right here, and I come up here to Insert, Chart, and it doesn't give me any data. It still did a pretty good job at guessing my x-axis, set as a date, right? And if I look at this, there's no data, right? So I need to add a series. So I click on this Add Series. What data? I can just select. I'm going to select this lemonade, hit OK, and now it's created 1 series for me. Now there's something, and it's even figured out what my header is. It recognized, hey, lemonade, that's at the top. So it does a lot of this stuff for you. If I want to add another series, so I'm going to add the snow cone series, I do the same thing. All right, now you notice it created a bar chart. That's not necessarily what I want. So what I'm going to do is I can come up here to this chart type. It's selected a column chart, and there's all these different chart types. So I can really select any of these chart types. I'm going to go ahead and select line chart. And I have pretty much what I had before. Now let me show you how to customize this a little bit. So this Customize tab, there's a few options. There's Chart Style, Chart and Axis Titles, Series, Legend, Horizontal Axis, Vertical Axis, and Grid Lines. I'm not going to go over each of these because it's pretty intuitive. I think you can figure it out, but I'll just show you a little bit how they work. So you open the section. You can change the background color. Okay, and I can change the font. I can make it, I can click smooth. Now none of these actions are permanent. I can change them all, right? So I recommend you just go in and play around a little bit. So That's the Customize tab. And these other tabs, they do very similar things. So you can customize and change different components of your chart, your series. You can maybe add some points on your data. So see the little points that appeared over here. So now I have data points in between the lines. So there's a lot of little details you can add in, and it's pretty easy to do. So I'd encourage you to go and explore and see what kind of charts you can create.